What's up, everybody, and welcome to Truthcast TV. I got a couple stories I want to touch on today. In the first one, husband of Los Angeles District Attorney pulls gun on Black Lives Matter protesters at his home. And you know what? I would do the exact same thing. If them left-wing radical libtards come to my front door, come on my porch, talking that bullshit, this is exactly what I would do to them. I mean, I'm just saying. But anyway, I digress. Let's watch a little clip.
Good morning.
A shocking confrontation.
Get off of my porch. I will shoot you.
Tensions boiling over at the doorstep of Los Angeles County District Attorney Jackie Lacey, ending with her husband pulling a gun on protesters for several seconds, then slamming the door.
Get off of my porch right now. We're calling the police right now.
The video captured by members of Black Lives Matter.
His finger was on the trigger, and he had trained the gun at my chest.
I'm sorry, that's so damn funny.
Lacey must go.
Gathering outside Lacey's home early Monday morning, protesting her office's handling of certain cases. Lacey says the handgun is registered, adding this isn't the first time she's faced harassment.
I just hope she doesn't apologize for it. I mean, you know, somebody comes to your front porch, aggressive, like Black Lives Matter. Everywhere Black Lives Matter goes, you know, they try to create violence. And they're full of hatred. And they're just a bunch of left-wing radical liberals that try to cause chaos everywhere they go. They don't give a shit about Black Lives Matter. They just care about going out and being violent towards other people and creating as much chaos as they can. And if they really did their research, they would know that a white man is the one who is backing and sponsoring Black Lives Matter by the name of George Soros. He created them, sponsors them. So, you know, do your research on it and you'll see. Oh, man. And you'll see that Black Lives Matter is nothing more than a left-wing radical party that is there to cause violence and create more hatred and division amongst the American people. But I digress. Don't you apologize, Lacey. Do not apologize.
Her office has turned this case over to another agency.
He's profoundly sorry
Oh, shit.
that he meant no
Well, son of a bitch.
one any harm. That it was just him and I in that house. And we really didn't know what was about to happen. I, too, am sorry if anybody was harmed.
On the eve of her re-election bid, one of LA's top law enforcement officials not campaigning, but apologizing for a heated confrontation on her own property. Steve Patterson, NBC News.
Well. Oh, well. But that's how I feel about it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. What would y'all do if Black Lives Matter showed up on y'all's porch acting all radical and aggressive like they always do? Y'all let me know. And I got another story I wanted to cover right here before I go. Federal judge orders Hillary Clinton deposition to address private emails. Well. A federal judge Monday granted a request from conservative watchdog group Judicial Watch, I'm sorry, I can't read today, to have former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton sit for a sworn deposition to answer questions about her use of private email server to conduct government business. I mean, look at that woman. I mean, yeah, that's the devil itself right there. I mean, wow, the hatred in that woman's heart is just, especially after losing the 2016 presidential election. She is so full of hatred. She can't even stand herself. And don't worry, Hillary. there's a lot more. There's millions and millions more people who can't stand you either. But anyway, I digress. Clinton has argued that she has already answered questions about this and should not have to do so again. The matter did not result in any charges for then presidential candidate in 2016 after a high-profile investigation, but D.C. District Court Judge Royce C. Lambert said in a ruling that her past responses left much to be desired. Yeah, you think so? I'd say so. As extensive as the existing record is, it does not sufficiently explain Secretary Clinton's state of mind when she decided it would be acceptable practice to set up and use a private server to conduct State Department business, Lambert said. The judge went on to recognize that while Clinton responded to the written questions in a separate case, those responses were either incomplete, unhelpful, or cursory at best. Simply put, her responses left many more questions than answers. Lambert said that using written questions this time will only muddle any understanding of Secretary Clinton's state of mind and fail to capture the full picture, thus delaying the final disposition of this case even further. Lambert even gave some examples of lingering questions about Clinton's emails, such as how did she come to believe that her private emails would be preserved under normal State Department processes, who told her this, and when at what point did she learn Department records management officials did not know about the server, and why did she think that using a private server to conduct State Department business was permissible under law in the first place? Well, I can answer that because she is a left-wing radical liberal who has got connections in very high places, and she knows she can do what the fuck she wants to do and not have to worry about any consequences from it. That is exactly why. But I digress. The ruling comes after Judicial Watch revealed at a December 2019 status conference that the FBI released approximately 30 previous undisclosed Clinton emails, and that the State Department failed to fully explain where they came from. The State Department has been pushing for the discovery phase of the case to come to a close, but Lambert said he is not ready to do so, saying there is still more to learn. Judicial Watch, which initiated the case in 2014, is looking for information regarding whether Clinton used her private email server to intentionally get around the Freedom of Information Act, whether the State Department acted in bad faith and when they tried to settle the case years ago, and whether the department had adequately looked for records in response to Judicial Watch's initial FOIA request. Given that the settlement attempts and records search took place after Clinton left office, the judge ruled that the deposition should focus on whether she intentionally tried to use her private server to evade FOIA and under her understanding of the State Department's record management requirements. Lambert also granted Judicial Watch's request to depose former Clinton Chief of Staff Cheryl Mills, IT specialist Paul Combetta, who was involved in deleting Clinton emails, as well as Brett Gillison and Wavedi Jacks, who were State Department officials familiar with Clinton's private email server. Judicial Watch also wanted to question Clinton emails about government talking points in the aftermath of the 2012 Benghazi attack. Lambert said that while they cannot be questioned about the underlying actions taken after the Benghazi attacks, they can face questions regarding their knowledge of the existence of any emails, documents, or text messages related to the Benghazi attack. So finally, she's going to have to at least be sworn. She's finally going to have to answer, under oath about what she did with her emails and why she thought that it was okay to do that from a private server. So we may not get no justice out of this, like her going to prison or anything, but at least we can watch her squirm around alive for a little bit longer. At least we can watch her get a little bit nervous and fabricate a little bit more, because if nothing else, it is good comedy content. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about Hillary Clinton having to answer more questions under oath about her deleting 30-some thousand emails, acid washing them, bleaching them, and all that good stuff. And do y'all think anything will come from it? I don't personally, but you never know. But anyway, if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button. If you like this video, please click that like button. And remember, stay woke, and until next time, I'm out.